All right, we're getting on the road. Little snowy morning. Rough parking lot. Gosh. A dirty window. See? Get this ice off this windshield wiper. Alright, I think it's done. A little bit of ice built up there. We got it. We're leaving Maysville, Kentucky here. Headed for Edinburgh, Indiana. If you're new to the channel, you can type a comment there. It'll come up with my Bluetooth radio. I'll be able to interact with you. But you got to keep in mind, we are in the country. So there might be some buffer in there from time to time. So keep that in mind. Just refresh your screen and you'll be just fine. But yeah, there is a little bit of snow on the ground. Not a huge deal. Not terrible. There might be some roads that are completely covered, but especially the secondary road. But we're in way better shape than the East Coast is. That Northeast Coast, they're getting hammered. Thank God we're not up there. Not driving a semi, at least. Now I would go jump in a plow truck for it. No big deal. But hopefully we got the chat fired up right. If one of y'all don't mind, drop a comment there. I don't care what, well, I do care what you say. Just keep that in mind. There's other people on here. Nobody wants to hear all that cussing and stuff. Stupid stuff. But for the most part, it's pretty much dry roads. Just a little bit of snow cover here and there. They throw the salt down. That's when the roads will get wet. The snow melts and turns into a mess. Hello. For some reason, I don't know why, but when you just say hi, I don't know why, but it will not read those messages. I have no idea. I see your comment, but for some reason it will not read those. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the waving face y'all put behind them or what it is. I don't know. Just about everything else, it will read those out.
What road and what state?
We are on the double A.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, question mark, question mark.
We are in Kentucky right now on the double A, which is Route 9, just outside of Maysville, Kentucky. We're out in the country right now. We're headed for Cincinnati. And then go up to Edinburgh, Indiana from that way.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, oh fun.
Fun. Oh yeah, as long as these roads stay like they are, we're in good shape. It could get a little interesting. But for the most part, traffic's blowing the snow off the road, so. We gotta stay on our toes, though. The minute you let your guard down and get a little comfortable, that's when you're gonna mess up. Like I said, keep in mind, we're out here in the country, so there will be some slight buffering from time to time.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, down here at 82,901 Rock Springs Way we had a bad blizzard.
Yeah, that's not cool. Blizzards are no fun.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, really bad.
Yeah, no, I don't want no part of the blizzard. Not unless I'm in the plow truck making money. When I'm not driving this truck, I'll be in a plow truck as a contractor working for the state, plowing snow. I mean, I will drive these trucks, these tractor trailers on the road, some when it snows, but honestly, it's not even worth it. I can go make more money plowing snow and be a little bit more, safer, as you might say, in a plow truck than I am in this thing.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, 100 feet away, not even just white.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That's the thing about this double A, though. It's not treated as like an interstate would be or anything like that. This is a main road.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, can't see it all.
Yeah, that's not fun. I've been there. I've been in some hellacious snowstorms, but
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, can't.
right? Yeah, we don't get too carried away out here. Speed limit's 55, so. I don't want to get too carried away. No matter what I do, I mean, I'm working 10, 12 hours a day, so it don't matter. Whether I'm in the seat or on the dock, I'm working.
At Rayon Packer 8792.
I'm working those
Said,
hours.
do you have good service? At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, question mark, question mark.
I do, but like up here, there's a few spots that are really sketchy. Like you're getting behind the hills, and it's really hard to get out up here in a couple spots. But for the most part, I mean, the service is pretty decent. It's just there's certain spots out here in Kentucky, even in Indiana, the service just you're not going to get it. I don't care what the carrier got, unless you've got something like Starlink or something like that. Until I get monetized and paid for this stuff, I don't want to spend any money on Starlink to have service constantly. I have it at home. I just $85 a month to run Starlink consistently like that. So make my money back.
Rayon Packer 8792. Said, it is cutting out was.
Yeah, those blinking red lights right in front of you, that's a cell phone tower. That's how close they are to this road. And there is spots up here that the service is a little crappy. I'll be able to tell you, when it's gonna really buffer hard. There's about 3 spots up here within a mile from each other. Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss out here. But we're in the country, so you gotta expect this. Yeah, I've actually got a mobile Starlink kit at home, but it's $85 a month, so I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet, but it's sitting there ready to go.
At Rayon Packer 8792. Said, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, we'll see. I've done really well last week doing a live stream. Done a live stream last Thursday.
At Rayon Packer 8792.
Out here.
Said, what truck are you driving?
This is a 2023 Freightliner Cascadia.
At Kevin Riffin 9771. Said, breaker, good buddy, what's your 20?
We are in Kentucky, buddy. We're in between Maysville, Kentucky, and Alexandria, Kentucky right now. Headed for Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where we're headed. But right up, let's see, where am I at? Yeah, right here, the service is going to crash. So we'll see. Just hang out there for a second, and I'll get down that road here a couple miles.
At Rayon Packer 8792 said, "Oh fun." At Takuma Furukawa G6S said, "Hi driver.
How's it going? How's it going?" Yeah, here in a few minutes, the service will buffer. We're going to be stuck between a couple good hills. So I know y'all can't see that at night here, but I mean I travel this road every day. But right now we're in Kentucky, running along the Ohio River.
At I-speak-and-emojis said, "Will you be coming through Tennessee today possibly?"
Nope, not today. Not today. No, we'll be in Kentucky, Southern Ohio, Indiana. That's where we're going to be at today. No, I had a chance Saturday to go down into Tennessee. I had enough. I had 65 hours in last week. I didn't want no more. I'm done.
At Charles-M66L said, "I am originally from Kentucky and now I live in Florida."
I heard y'all got some pretty cold weather down there in Florida a couple weeks ago. I'm getting a couple scaredy cats up here. They're getting a little nervous on me. We're down to about 50. Yeah, we go down to Florida usually about once a year.
At Holly Johnson 892
About November.
said, "Can I have a 67 pet?" At Rayon Packer 8792 said, "It just went from 21 people to 6 people." At Rayon Packer 8792 said, question mark.
Yeah.
At Luis Guerrero 007
You just never know
said,
what you're going to get.
"My dad was a truck expert like hardcore. Some old man teached him even the smallest serial number or something like that. He would said, oh that's a 2.5 or 2.7. He was a big freak. Bobo." At Kevin Riffin 9771 said, "I'm here in New York and we're getting slammed with a major snowstorm."
I was just telling people the Northeast is getting hammered. We just got a dusting here, which sometimes these dustings are horrible sometimes. Like I would rather almost have 3 or 4 inches than I would a dusting. At least you get, a little bit better traction. Not completely. It's just these little small dustings are so slick. It's unreal. But yeah, this is a Freightliner. That's all I've really driven a whole lot of, because these companies, they're not going to put the money into, more expensive trucks when they can buy a cheap truck. They won't do it. They're all for cost savings. But right up here, about the next 2 miles, if you're going to hang with me, you just have to refresh your screen from time to time, because it will start buffering from here on out for about 2 miles.
At Kevin Riffin 9771 said, "Have they improved on the freight shaker?"
Honestly, yes, they have a little bit. The dashes don't rattle as much. The interior holds up better than what it used to. wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. I don't know why, but that eastbound side of this double is a little nasty. We got about another less than a mile here, and we'll be back up on top of the hill here. But they have. Alright, hopefully be all back with me. Alright, hopefully be all back with me. We're almost to the top of the hill here. Service is pretty decent from here on out. There might be one more spot up here where the service might get janky, but we're finally at the top of the hill here. But I don't know how much y'all heard. You know, a guy, if the Freightliners are any better than what they used to be, and the answer is yes. The cabs are tighter, the doors are tighter on air coming in the truck. They're quieter in here. The seats ain't no better though. I mean, these factory seats, they don't put no money into them. About 5 years, 6 years, is about all you're going to get out of these seats. They're, if you even get that, they're pretty much junk. The passenger seats are basically a piece of plywood and foam and a little cover over it. That's it. But the batteries are actually inside the truck now. They're actually underneath the passenger side seat over there right now. This is where a lot of these new Freightliners have put them. And they're apparently a gel battery. I don't know much about these gel batteries. But yeah, they're underneath the seat over here. I'm not crazy about that. Can it hurt you in an accident if they explode, the bus? I don't know. I have no clue. Obviously, can't be too terrible. Or why would they put them in the truck with you? But I really don't know that answer. Like if somebody jumps on here that has worked on Freightliners, you know, from a factory aspect, maybe they can chime in and tell us. But the turning radius, you know, these trucks turn 10 times better than what they used to. Like I had an old 2000 Freightliner Classic. I loved that truck. I mean, absolutely loved it. But very noisy. There was a lot of air that would come in around the doors. So keeping it like weather tight was really a challenge. The turning radius on them sucked. They were horrible. But you can thrash on that truck. I mean, the motor had an old E260 in it. It was hard to stop. Had a 13-speed transmission in it, manual, which was really nice.
At Charles-M66L said, "It doesn't appear that I am coming through. Maybe IT is where you are."
I got you now. There was a few times I didn't have very good service there. But we're finally seeing a salt truck. That's a good sign. But yeah, your comments are coming through. I don't know how many more you said prior to that, but probably was commenting in the dead zone back there, maybe. This person here is just not in which is honestly whatever. I'm not in a big hurry. But it's very rare that these people are running 50 mile an hour.
At Charles-M66L said, okay, where are you in Kentucky and the temperature?
We are currently in Bracken County, Kentucky at 24 degrees. Is where we're at right now. We're almost to about another, 3 miles, we'll be in Pendleton County. So we're headed towards northern Kentucky right now. We'll be going into Cincinnati, Ohio. Through Cincinnati, on up into Indiana. We'll be about 30 minutes south of Indianapolis by the time we get there. It's about a 3-hour and 15-minute ride from our location to Edinburgh, Indiana. Get unloaded, reloaded at the same spot, come right back. I'll offload that, put that inventory away, and that'll be it for today.
At Charles-M66L said, I grew up in Louisville, about a city block from Churchill Downs.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're about 2.5 hours northeast of Louisville there. We're just outside of, about an hour and a half out of Lexington, Kentucky. That's where we're at. And you say you're in Florida right now? If that was you in Florida, what part of Florida are you in? We go down pretty much once a year to Orlando, Florida. We stay at a resort down there, just around the corner from Disney World there.
At Charles-M66L said, Cedar Key is a small island off of the Maine coast up kind of towards northern Florida, about 3 to 4 mi off the mainland.
So I guess that's where you're at then. I got you. Yeah, we go down to Orlando, Florida about
At Darabushanan said, good morning.
Well, good morning there, wifey. Can't sleep, huh?
At Charles-M66L said, yes sir, I'm at Cedar Key and you're not picking up all of my chats.
That's crazy. It's probably the service here, I would imagine. everybody gets in a hurry. They're looking at me like I was the problem. Nope, it's that car up there. You're all behind now. Oh gosh. Whatever.
At Darabushanan said, "We go to Orlando every year because he is a Disney fanatic."
Now, don't be lying to everybody. That's your thing. I just like the resort. I did like Universal Studios though. I did like that.
At Darabushanan said, "Lol." At Charles-M66L said, "I'm 71 and retired. I was an iron worker and my dad was a trucker."
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I hope you're enjoying retirement. That iron worker ain't no joke either. Yeah, things have sure changed since your dad drove a truck. Oh my gosh. I've got some buddies that are, up in their 70s still out here driving. And they tell me stories. And it's like, wow, that's insane. The one guy knew, he actually hauled refrigerated stuff back before there was an actual refrigerated trailer, and he would have to pick up dry ice and make certain stops along his route to pick up more dry ice to keep that stuff cold coming back from Florida and California and stuff.
At Charles-M66L said, "Are the roads slippery at all?"
Well, going this direction towards Cincinnati, no. Where all the traffic has came through here, we're in pretty good shape over here. Now going from Cincinnati to Huntington, West Virginia, it's a little slicker over there. It looks like. I mean, there's some spots here, where traffic hasn't been that are going. They're not bad. Actually, now the secondary roads, they're still snow covered. They don't get out there and treat those roads as fast as they do the main roads. But it's 24 degrees, so that what salt they are throwing down is working really good. Speaking of, there's Monday morning's garbage truck.
At Charles-M66L said, "Just to make the comparison, I would much rather be up on a 55-story building than driving a semi on those kinds of roads."
I hear you there. I don't know about getting up that high though, buddy. That's I've never been that high, not being, the building already done, I should say. I don't even think I've been up 50. I can say I haven't been up that high. I don't know, man. That's a different world there. But I know what you mean. I'm more of I'm going to keep my feet on the ground type of guy. I don't necessarily mind airplanes, just because it's quicker to get somewhere. But I don't want any part of the water, and the wife is trying to get me to go on a cruise. And I don't know. I don't know if I can do it.
At Charles-M66L said, back in the day we do not have all the safety equipment that they require you to wear today. You just walked around like a free bird.
I mean, honestly, what do you think? Like all the safety they have, safety harnesses and fall protection, all that stuff. Do you think that made the world a safer place for workers, on high-rise buildings like that? I just want to hear your take, knowing that you've seen both sides.
At Fishsticks502
Fish
said,
sticks.
looks slick out there. Be safe. At Charles-M66L
We're doing our
said,
best.
I'm with you on that. I do not fly.
No, I can fly. Come on, people, get off your brakes. Y'all snuck up on me real quick there. I don't mind flying. Now, on a couple 2 or 3 hour flight, I've never flew any longer than that, so I don't know how I would handle that. Yeah, I tell you what, this little section of road right here has gotten really slick. You can't really see it, but when there's cars behind you, you can see the ice. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but there is a lot of black ice right here. And black ice is the best way to tell what the roads are actually doing is to be a little bit closer to these cars up here. But if your window's not getting much spray off the cars in front of you, then you're probably driving on ice. Now once you start picking up spray on your window from the people's tires in front of you, yeah, you're on ice.
At Charles-M66L said, on all the safety equipment, my personal opinion is it can save you from an accident and it can cause you to have an accident.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. When I first graduated high school, I went straight into construction. And, well, actually, I wasn't even graduated yet. I was on a construction site. And some of the stuff, it was like, okay, I understand that, but there was times where they had you doing certain stuff, and it was like, I'm not comfortable doing that. And that's supposed to be the safest way to do it. I'm like, I don't know about that. But yeah, I can see that.
At Charles-M66L said, you be careful because we can definitely see the ice on the road.
Yeah, I didn't know if y'all could see that or not. But yeah, we're running, about 45 mile an hour. It's definitely icy, for sure. The only thing that's going to save your butt is just staying away from people. That's really the only thing you can do. But you're going to see here in a minute, I think. I'm going to have a boatload of people passing me here directly. And that's usually when people screw up. Like, I wish I could have more cameras on this truck, you know, facing behind me, so y'all can see the amount of traffic coming up behind me when the roads are like this. I mean, there must be, well, I can count the majority of them. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's about 12 of them within a half a mile from me right now. Coming up behind me. Here comes one right now. And keep in mind, I'm running 47 miles an hour. You see any spray coming off his tires? I do not. If it is, it's barely coming off there. I see a little bit off of his, that van right there, but not much. So we were pretty much driving on snow-packed or icy roads. And honestly, this is what's so aggravating about being a truck driver. You know, I'm 100% legal. You know, everything I'm doing right now is 100% legal. I haven't ran illegal in years. Well, probably 4 or 5 years. But even though, you know, I'm 100% legal, if one of these cars loses control in front of me, you know, and I hit them, now I'm involved in an accident, and that goes on my driving record. It goes on the company's record too. You know, God forbid if I ever kill somebody in this circumstance, I've got to live with that. The company has that on their record, a fatality accident, when the driver was fully in control until that car lost control. That's what really irks me about being out here on these kind of road conditions. Because, you know, these people are just trying to get to work. That's all they're trying to do. And I'm at work trying to get the job done, you know? I don't know, maybe that'll help you all think of when you're all out here on road conditions like this. I know it's not horrible, the road conditions aren't, but one wrong move in the right spot and it's game over. Like, it's really icy right there. But I'm having to slow down because I'm coming up on these cars, and I don't have a whole lot of weight on to really hold me down. Watch this idiot. Oh my gosh, man. Now this is when I wish I had a camera. This guy right here. Look at this idiot. Up on their butt. Yeah, go ahead. This is when I wish I had a camera behind me, because that car was whipping in and out of traffic behind me for quite a ways. I could see the headlights in and out, you know, catching my eye. It's like, oh my gosh, you idiots. Look, they just cut out from behind that car because they didn't get over. Now they're going back to the left lane. Look at them. What an idiot. I mean, I know these roads are not horrible, but black ice is very, very unforgiving. And, you know, coming down this hill, I mean, I can't apply the brakes a whole lot, because then the trailer will start jackknifing on me. That's when you gotta slow down at the top of the hill and kind of hold yourself back going down the hill. But don't expect to to slow down as you're going down the hill, driving like an idiot, and be able to slow down without jackknifing. And the skunks are on the move. I smell another skunk. That's like 2 or 3 this morning I've smelled already.
At MandyGate926 said, "Hi again."
Hello, hello. How are we? We're out here just loving the black ice weather. We're living it up out here. Yeah, the roads were pretty good shape for a long time.
At Charles-M66L said, "Well, I am going to try and get some sleep. Be careful. It's obvious people don't care about safety and blessings."
No, they don't. They really don't. But you have a good nap, good night's sleep, whatever you're calling it. I appreciate you jumping on there. Yeah, we just deal with what we got, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not in a hurry. My main objective is to get there and get back all in one piece without any paint scratches. That's my main objective today. I'd say a little bit later on, after the sun comes out, we'll have a big mess on our window.
At MandyGate926 said, "I should get some sleep. To good night. Have a good night."
All right, have a good one. Get you some good sleep. Appreciate you jumping on there. People getting off your brakes. Yeah, we could really use some more salt out here, state of Kentucky. The white left lane is it's shining. When you look at your mirrors, these cars coming up behind you, it's like, oh man, that is glazed over big time. Fun times. I'm quite impressed though. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to say a word. How about I just shut up and not mention a word about that? Oh boy. Wow, you idiot. Oh my gosh. Is that the same guy?
At John Jensen 4593 said,
No.
"Is the amount of snow abnormal for you guys?"
Well, this is just a pretty much a dusting. Honestly, I didn't really pay attention to where this snow actually come from. I think it come from like the lakes up north. Yeah, we usually don't get a whole lot of snow. Like we do, I don't know. Like it's very rare we get, 5 or 6 inches at one time. It's usually 1 to 3, something like that, hit and miss. There is occasions when we do get.
At John Jensen 4593 said, "Asking cause Utah has been very light this year."
Yeah, I've heard that. When we get that stretch out, there was somebody that jumped on there and said something about Utah not getting much snow this year. Yeah, most of our snow comes out of the north, from Michigan, Wisconsin, off the lakes. If we do get big snows, like if we get any moisture out of the south, and the cold cold out in the north, then yeah, we will get hammered. But it has to be the right storm. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be cold from the north and a lot of moisture out of the south. And we just had that. I want to say it was about the beginning of February. We had a big snowstorm like that. Actually, a lot of states did. From Texas all the way to the Northeast. A lot of people got hammered. But yeah, you're not the first person that said that. But most of our snow comes out of the north.
At John Hancock-R2F said, "Oh my God, are you driving a truck this morning?"
Sure am. We're living it up out here. The roads look a little bit better now, but there for a minute, they were not so hot. They were not so good a little bit ago. Usually 24 degrees, you know, as long as they throw salt down and traffic gets out here, we'll be in pretty good shape here. We'll be in better shape once that sun comes up.
At John Hancock-R2F said, "You're the biggest flip-flop trucker I've ever seen on here."
Oh, you're nuts. You're nuts, Caleb. You're nuts. Why don't you go dust the shelves off? Why don't you go do that? Oh, gosh. I got a boy I'm working with here. He likes to come on here and crack jokes. But hey, it ain't a good time without some jokes. They don't give you time to do nothing. Come on, people. Come on. Yeah, the Northeast is getting really hammered. I haven't really, I heard a little bit about it. You know, the storm going to hit them really hard. Yeah, I know. We're pretty much in northern Kentucky right now. Coming in the city of Wilder, Kentucky. Roads are definitely in better shape here than what we just came through. Old McDonald's. I got time for you today. You're on the back road. Got time to eat today. I don't know how much longer it's supposed to start, or it's supposed to snow. It's been snowing. I don't know if we're supposed to get any more today or what the deal is. You think a truck driver would look at that? But it ain't gonna stop nothing. Gotta go no matter what, so. As long as that ain't a level 3, we gotta go. Need a little heat. I wish it was warm enough to wear my flip-flops, Caleb. I don't know about here at work, but I wish I was by the pool. About 80 degrees. On 275 here. It's pretty good shape. Here in northern Kentucky. It's not bad. way up here in the jungle way up there. Why in the world they make left-handed exits? I don't know. One of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Not only is this a left-handed exit, but you are merging on to 471 in the fast lane. Not very bright. Ramp's in pretty good shape. What it looks like on the bridge. Not terrible. Not too terrible. On 471 here. Head on into the jungle in Cincinnati, Ohio. Big losers. Come on, car, come on. I laid out 2 gallons of windshield wiper fluid before I left, and I ended up forgetting. Hopefully I don't have to buy that crap out on the roads. It's too darn expensive on the road. These gas stations and truck stops. Compared to places like Walmart and stuff, you know. They get it by the case there at work, so they get a pretty good discount. I like my paint job. What about you? I don't want to switch your paint jobs. Less than a minute here. We'll be in Cincinnati. 1 mile. 1 mile. degree warmer in Cincinnati than it was in Maysville, Kentucky. That don't make a bit of sense. Brake lights already? What time is it? 6:36. This is a little bit uncommon. Usually if you're born through here before 7, you're in pretty good shape. Not today. You never know. Somebody might have screwed up on the bridge up here. You just never know. We're still in Kentucky, crossing in Ohio here. Just a second. That's what this backup's all about. A lot of people go into Kentucky, or Ohio, I mean, for work, out of Kentucky. I used to be one of them myself. Back in the day. Be the nice person today. One of you is going to have to let me over there eventually. Thank you.
At John Jensen 4593 said, "Crazy people."
They are now. They really are. You just never know what you're going to see out here. Ain't it lovely to sit over the top of a body of water on a bridge in traffic? I mean, that's one of the worst things ever, I think. It's 25 degrees. I would not want to go in that body of water. That is the Ohio River for those that you don't know. Crossing the Ohio River right now as we speak into Ohio. But yeah, it is crazy, man. These people have a one-track mind, and that's just to get to work. That's it.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, Columbus.
Cincinnati, buddy. Cincinnati, Ohio. You're close. About an hour and 30 minutes out. Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where we're at. No, we was in Columbus last Thursday. close though. With that Columbus, Ohio. You're in the right state too.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, I'm in Des Moines now.
Des Moines, Iowa. We are right downtown Cincinnati. There's the Red Stadium straight ahead of you.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, yes sir.
Good deal, good deal. What's the weather and temperature out there? Downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. The Bengal Stadium be up here on your left. It's kind of a little bit harder to see the Bengal Stadium. It's right
At
there.
Papa Trucker 50 said, it's 4 degrees.
Ooh.
Feels like minus 11.
It's right there on your left, right here. Straight through our left is the Bengal Stadium. Yeah, that's a little chilly now. Hang on. We got 25 here. I'll take my 25 over 4. Even though sometimes when you get down to single digits, it's more of a drier air. Sometimes, depends. But you still have to buckle up. You don't want to be out there too long. Cincinnati ain't bad as long as nobody's had an accident. You're in good shape. That's where we're at if you're just joining us. They're fixing to do a big widening up through here. They're about to start on the bridge crossing Kentucky and Ohio. They're getting to start on that this spring, I believe, if they haven't already. That'll make, I'm hoping that'll make a huge difference coming through here. Cincinnati is, it's not as bad as, Chicago, Atlanta. It's not as bad as that, I don't think. I mean, there might be some people that disagree with that, but I guess it helps, me knowing my way around here. Just divert.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, you're near the tri-state area, correct?
Oh yeah, I just went through it. I'm coming out of the Cincinnati metro area here shortly. Yeah, I'm still in Cincinnati. I'm 2 miles from the Ohio River right now, north of it. About to jump on I-74 and head towards Indiana.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, are you headed to Indy?
I'll be just south of Indy, about 30 minutes. Right off of I-65 and 31. That's where I'll be. Not far from Indy, though. far from Indianapolis.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, I've probably been in that area 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, Indianapolis is it's a pretty good sized city. I mean, it doesn't, when you go through it, it doesn't look real big, but man, there's a lot of traffic that comes through Indianapolis. They don't call it Crossroads of America for no reason, that's for sure. If you've traveled northeast, southwest.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, I've been to Indy a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Indianapolis is one of those cities where you will go through there a lot if you're traveling. Indy can be a pain in the butt to get through too during rush hour. Car's got their bright lights on back here. They're going. It's blinding me. But we're pretty much coming out of Cincinnati right now. Headed towards Indiana. Jump on I-74 here directly. If you know where that's at, Old Harrison, Ohio. No. I see it's kind of buffering over there a minute. Looks like. It's kind of hard to tell unless you look down your headlights. Yeah, but Old Harrison, Ohio.
At Papa Trucker 50 said, have a safe drive, trucker. I have to get going.
All right, now you have a good day and be careful out there. I appreciate you. Old Harrison, Ohio. That's where the way station is there in Ohio. And just as soon as you cross into Indiana, there's a way station. So a lot of
Papa Trucker 50
truck
said,
drivers will know
I
that.
subscribe.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that a lot. It does help out. Be careful out there. Yeah, I appreciate y'all subscribing. That helps me out tremendously. We're slowly getting up there. A little over 600 the last time I checked. Of course, we don't do this full time though. We're out here. My schedule's kind of janky. Monday, Wednesday.
At Richard Arlen 584
For right now.
said, is it icy?
Not right now. It was earlier. But Cincinnati's done a pretty good job of getting the salt down early. So now we're in pretty good shape here in Cincinnati. I don't even know what I was saying now. Sometimes you get thrown off when people comment. But that's what this channel's all about, you know, just interacting with y'all. It looks like there is a
At
few
Richard
spots.
Arlen 584 said, I don't see any water spray.
Yeah, it's getting to that point to where it's drying up. It's a little windy here, so when that wind kicks up, you know, it dries it out pretty fast. But you can see right there at the edge of the white line there on the right where snow has been melting. But for the most part, these roads are starting to dry out. You can see right there in the center where traffic has been, where it's starting to dry out. That wind really helps tremendously after a little snow like this. As long as that temperature stays up, that's all to do its work. Yeah, it's really out right here. See the dryness in the center lane? Now earlier we was in Kentucky and there was a lot of icy spots in Kentucky. Oh yeah, it's really starting to dry out there. But he's right though. That's one thing you want to watch for is spray off people's tires.
At John Jensen 4593 said, what do you haul?
We do automotive parts. Everything I pick up is the raw end of automotive parts. I don't transport any finished goods for automotive parts. That gets shipped out of our place through other carriers. But I'm pretty much the in-house guy for picking up the raw automotive parts. Right now I've got empty metal bins on in the place I'm going to up here. We'll fill those metal bins back up with raw automotive parts that I bring back, and they attach.
At John Jensen 4593 said, my mom drives for FedEx.
Oh, FedEx. She drive for FedEx Ground, Freight, Express. FedEx ain't a bad company. They definitely pay a lot better than Amazon does. Which I don't think, you know, there's very, very, very few tractor trailer drivers.
At John Jensen 4593 said, not sure, from Idaho to Texas I think.
Yeah. She's probably with Ground, that's what it sounds like, or Express, but more likely Ground. That's a good little ride though. She's got herself a good little ride. I do all the local stuff here. I'm out and back in one day. This is kind of one of those jobs where it's one of those.
At John Jensen 4593 said, she teams with her husband.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal, honestly. Yeah, there's a lot of husband-wife couples out here doing this. Especially on those longer runs where they can team like that. You'd have to really love your spouse to be able to team drive with them like that. You're in there with them.
At John Jensen 4593
You ain't getting away.
said, ha ha ha.
You ain't getting away from them, that's for sure. You're in there from the time that truck starts until the time y'all get home. Yeah, my wife used to go with me a lot. When I first, well, no, not when I first started driving. The second company I was at before now, she used to go with me a lot. I'd make turns down to Florida and back, out to New Jersey and back, Pennsylvania and back. She would ride with me a lot. But she didn't have a CDL, so she wasn't able to drive, you know. I enjoy my wife with me when she does. She has it with this company because I'm always out and back real quick. Well, not real quick. I'm out all day long. It's a local job, you know.
At John Jensen 4593 said, she's a great grandma in her 60s.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully she'll be able to retire here soon. Spend even more time with those grandkids. That'd be even better. That's what I'm saying. They say grandparents will spend more time with their grandkids than they will their actual kids that they raise. And I can see that, you know. When you're raising kids, it's hard. You gotta get out of here, make the money, and work long hours. Be able to afford all this stuff. I can see that.
At John Jensen 4593 said, my son gave me our first grandbaby in December.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. I'm 44, so I've got a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 15-year-old. So that could happen any day now, honestly.
At John Jensen 4593 said, 42.
42. Yeah, we're young. We got years and years to do this. Yeah, you're gonna be a young grandpa. You might have to kick it in high gear there, buddy. Get ready for early retirement. Be able to spend time with your grandkids because you're gonna be young.
At John Jensen 4593 said, my kids are 24, 23, almost 20, grandma.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, about every 20 years, every generation, you'll be popping the kids out. Give or take, you know. Which 20 years ain't very long. 20 years flies by. I know it doesn't seem like that way when you're in school. first 20 years of your life drags by. But the minute you get out of high school,
At John Jensen 4593
it's over.
said, I was 18 when I started.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about the common age anymore. Shoot, some of these kids are doing it even younger than that. I don't know. I kind of got a rule of thumb in my head, you know. This doesn't work for everybody, but I say you need to get your ducks in a row. Don't do nothing until you're 30, and then start focusing on a family at 30 years old. That's my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I think you're more the person you're going to be at around age 30. That's my opinion.
At John Jensen 4593 said, we got married in high school.
Wow. That is crazy. Yeah. I mean, I've known a few people that do that. Hey, as long as you're happy, still together, still raising kids, that's the main thing. Everybody's different, you know, like being a mature 18-year-old, I mean, it does happen. It's rare, but there are some mature 18-year-olds out there. What's up, Mr. Propo?
At John Jensen 4593 said, 25 years anniversary in May.
That's awesome. Congratulations early. I don't know if you'll be back on here before May. I'll have to jump over here. We got the Indiana Way Station coming up here shortly. 7 o'clock, they're definitely open. "25 years, boy, it's a long time. She must be a good one then. I would have to be a good one to put up with me for 25 years like that. Years. That's good to hear, man. I like hearing
At John
kind of
Jensen
stories.
4593 said, I've been with my husband for longer than my parents had me.
Oh, that's bad. Stop up here. Use the old restroom. Oh, I can't believe it. The big word is out. They're actually closed. That's hard to believe. "25 years. Yeah, that's a long time. Taking my picture. We're gonna go in here and use the old little boy's room.
John Jensen 4593 said, 2 months ago I found out I have a new bird father.
Really? Is that good or bad? I'll be right back.
At John Jensen 4593 said, yep, insane, I guess good. Did the DNA thing.
All right. All right, we're good. We're good. Well, that's pretty cool. I think everybody has a right to know who their actual parents were. That's my thought. That's my opinion. That's good though. At least you know your family, you know? Alright, let's see what my fat ass weighs. What y'all think? I don't know if that DOT is in the weigh station there or not.
At John Jensen 4593 said, my mom told the wrong guy.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Let's see what our fat ass weighs here. I don't know if that guy's in the weigh station. I have no idea. Worst he can do is pull me in and DOT me. We're about 42,000. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. We're empty. We won't be once we get up here to Edinburgh, Indiana. They'll take these empty bins off of us and give us full ones and send us back. So right now we're about 42,000. Not too shabby for a fat boy.
An 18-wheeler said, should glue the scale like California does. At John Jensen 4593 said, the sky is so pretty.
It is. It really is. And we just had some snow coming in and out. But no, I actually, I'm going to slow down here because I don't think this guy's realizing what the hell's going on. All right, buddy, you got it. There was an 18-wheeler coming up my back door flying. And I thought, are you seeing what I'm seeing, buddy? Because if not, we're in some deep shit here. I was going to back out of it, just let him have the front door, but he seen what was going on back out of it. But, no, I actually, I'm 100% legal. You know, I don't sweat the weigh stations like I used to. I used to drive around them suckers every chance I got. You know, being a company driver, I just had my 34-hour reset.
An 18-wheeler said, was that a car in the fast lane shoulder facing the wrong direction?
It wasn't going the wrong direction, but it was on the fast lane shoulder, right on the yellow line. And I had an 18-wheeler coming up behind me. I mean, getting it. And I didn't know if he was going to see that car in time or not, so I tried to back out of it. So just let him have it, but he seen it, backed out of it. So we're in good shape. That's just, I don't know. I was raised up with common courtesy. I mean, I'm empty. I didn't know, if that guy was loaded, heavy. And we're coming up on this hill here. I thought I'll just let him have it. But, nah, he did the right thing. He backed out and got over behind me. I'm thinking they had a flat tire is what it looked like. But again, you never know.
An 18-wheeler said, be safe, man. I'm headed to the bunk. Seen enough Interstate for the day long.
I don't blame you. You have a good night. Get you some good sleep. Be careful out there when you get back at it. He must have been running all night. No, actually, I hit up that weigh station and used their restroom. I know it's just a portalette, but all I gotta do is take a leak. I go in there, do my thing. They got hand sanitizer on there. I put the hand sanitizer on and I roll. I get up here, get in the dock, and go inside. Eat my lunch up, freshen up, while they're unloading me.
At Eisenhershade 634
And I hit
said, greetings from Germany.
Well, hello. How we doing over in Germany today? I had some guys on here last week from Germany.
An 18-wheeler said, FYI, you have a great attitude and seem like a really good driver. Your company is lucky to have you. At Rayon Packer 8792
I try to
said,
do the best.
I'm back. At John Jensen 4593
We are here.
said,
We are here.
wow.
No, I grew up with a lot of common courtesy. You know, I've been out here for 26 years doing this. You can almost, as long as you're paying attention and doing what you need to do out here, looking ahead, you already know what people are going to do.
At Rayon Packer 8792 said, I pulled a all-nighter.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't have it in me anymore. I do it when I have to. I do plow snow for a contractor there in Kentucky. You know, when it's real bad, I will go plow snow all night long. But, you know, you're making $40 an hour. I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to say it's easy money, but it's not bad, you know what I mean? To get out there and plow snow all night long and make 4 or 5, almost $600 in one night. I'm not going to turn it down. But honestly, I don't even enjoy driving anymore like I used to. It used to be really fun out here. Back in the days where we all ran CBs and would talk to each other. It was like a brotherhood out here back in the day. It's not like that out here anymore. It's every man for themselves. It's really sad to know what it used to be to what it is now. It's nowhere.
At Rayon Packer 8792
What it used to
said, most of the night I was cold and my dog watching YouTube shorts.
Oh God. I don't know about you. Yeah, I like getting about 5 hours of sleep at night, 5-6 hours, and I get up and do my thing. We worked about 65 hours last week, which is not the norm for me. You know, usually I'm about 55 hours a week.
At Rayon Packer 8792 said, today my dad is hauling crushed cars.
Crushed cars.
At John Jensen 4593 said, insomnia over here.
Yeah, that's not good either. That's terrible. Well, I wish I could bore you back to sleep, but that's not what I'm out here for, or I wouldn't have no audience. Oh gosh. My wife deals with that sometimes. Not like she used to. She's gotten a lot better. But I like sleeping 5-6 hours and getting up and heading.
At John Jensen 4593 said, thanks for the good conversation.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We're out here. That's what we're here for. You're making my day go by quicker too. all y'all watching and chatting in. It makes the day go by real quick. And honestly, it's almost like back in the CB days when people were actually able to visually watch it, you know. And I know it's a little bit of a delay back and forth, but that's what we got to work with out here. I don't know how to make that any quicker. Maybe someday they'll come up with something. There's a cop up here in the middle looking at eastbound. And it's 65 miles an hour for semis here, so we'll back her down a hair just to get away from her. We was running about 70, and they will pull you over for 70 in a semi here. 5 mile an hour over. They'll pull you over and just check you out. I've heard stories of them writing people warnings for speeding 5 mile an hour over just to do a DOT check on it. Which that's fine. I mean, they're doing their job. My job is to see you and slow down, so you don't come after me. Alright, we're going to go back up to 70. Not that that's going to make a big difference in my day. You know,
At John Jensen 4593
5 mile an hour
said,
over.
yeah.
But yeah, on them crushed cars, certain times, that pays really well. Like scrap, when the money's up on scrap, those guys make some serious money. I had a buddy, his dad did that. And man, I think he retired it after about 15 years of doing it. He was done. I appreciate y'all watching in and commenting back and forth. It makes my day go backward. Y'all get to ride along and see what it's like. I mean, not every day is the same either. I go to the same places every single day, but you see so much.
At Terry Kamerling 2768
So much different
said,
stuff.
where are you driving to?
We are headed to Edinburgh, Indiana. Right now, we're just west of St. Leon, Indiana. We'll be about 30 miles south of Indianapolis, Indiana once we get up there. It's about a 3-hour and 15-minute commute from Maysville, Kentucky up here to Edinburgh, Indiana. We're just a local driver. Out and back, same day. I'm on my semi-retirement plan right now. We're just out here taking it easy till full retirement kicks in. I got me a couple. I keep a 12-pack in the winter.
At John Jensen 4593 said, do you think it's a good idea for a you person to get their CDL?
know, it can be a little rough, especially on a family. Unless you know, get hired on by a company and then get your CDLs, you know, working for that company, and they're able to employ you that way, that honestly would be the best way to get on somewhere and drive. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it because, you know, your days are very, very long. And honestly, I've been looking at different alternatives. Like, I know construction is very seasonable, but those guys are making, in my area, they're making over $30 an hour with the CDL right now. I mean, there's dump truck drivers that are making $28 an hour. But honestly, I think truck drivers have been left behind. Unless you're LTL or you know, places like UPS, which, I mean, look at them, they're laying off tons of drivers, offering them buyouts and stuff.
At John Jensen 4593.
I don't know if I'm the best person to ask
excavation is getting $40 over here.
Yeah. Who is? Who'd you say it was? Like, I mean, if you can get on with a company where you're out and back the same day, unless you want to be on, I mean, that's really good money, $40 an hour. I live an hour and a half east of Cincinnati, an hour and a half northeast of Lexington, an hour and 15 minutes west of Huntington, West Virginia. So I'm out in the middle of all these cities, you know. So if I want to make really good money, I've got to travel well over 45 minutes to get somewhere to make real big money. I mean, I do well for myself, don't get me wrong. But I have to put in hours in this company. Which, honestly, anytime you get a CDL, you're gonna work some hours. There's very, very few companies that you'll work for and not work a lot of hours. I mean, most of these companies can work you 14 hours a day. If they want to. I mean, legally they can keep you in that truck for 14 hours a day. And be 100% legal. You may not end up at home that night, but yeah, you can make some serious money with some of these LTL companies right now.
At John Jensen 4593 said, "We run our business and stay close to home right now."
Yeah, honestly, that's the best thing to do, I think. I don't know why, but when y'all just say hi, I don't know why, but it will not say when y'all just say hi. I don't know, but I can see the comments from where I'm sitting. I can't read them, but I know when somebody says hi, it's a very short comment. I don't know who you were or who it is, but hello. I have no idea why.
At John Jensen 4593 said, It also thinks I'm a boy.
Yeah, I really thought you were in the beginning. I'm like, is this a guy or a woman? Because I can't tell. Why not? I mean, if your name doesn't really specify what gender you are, I have no idea. I thought that was funny. Once I realized, I was like, oh, this is not a guy. That's funny.
At John Jensen 4593 said, Jean light pants. At Terry Kamerling 2768 said, talk to you later.
All right, you have a good day. Appreciate you stopping in. I don't know why, but this I-74 sometimes. I mean, what you see is what you get. It's like this all the way to Indianapolis, basically. Once you get on the other side of Indianapolis, this is what you get all the way to St. Louis. It's crazy. Not St. Louis, Iowa. Gosh, where am I going?
At John Jensen 4593 said, see you later, going to try and sleep now.
All right, have a good one. Appreciate you chatting in there.
At Xandatex13 said, I know a trucker named Keith from Fannin, Texas. Lol, well, stay safe. Pull over when you feel tired and rest and stay alert to our surroundings. My daddy was a trucker. I got his 1980s call code cards.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm up for the long haul. I start about 4 in the morning. I'll get home about 5:30 tonight. So I'm in it for the long haul. But that's really cool. Days of truck driving is it's definitely a lot different what it used to be. Even from the time I started driving. You know, I could only imagine. Well, I've known some guys that grew up in their 70s, still out here driving. And the amount of changes they've seen in their life is unreal. It's pretty wild. Indiana. A lot of truck drivers will know this place right here for the Petro that's here. It's a good spot to get fuel, check out, get you a good night's sleep in between Indianapolis and Cincinnati. A lot of old timers would stay at Petros and TAs. That's it, little kitties. Get to school and get you an education. 4 miles here. Jump on Highway 46 and run that west to State Route 31.
At Xandatex13 said, I'm just a simple country girl that doesn't look like one, but I lived in Fort Wayne for a year in '03.
I'm not too far from Fort Wayne. Not terribly far. It's just north of Indianapolis there. That's really all it is out here. It's a lot of country land. A lot of farmland in Indiana. They grow a lot of corn out here.
At Xandatex13 said, I'm a Texas girl deep south.
Old Texas. I haven't been to Texas in quite a few years. I used to run out there to Houston a lot. But I haven't been to Texas in probably, oh my gosh, I want to say about 18 years. Give or take. I don't know if I can be that close to that border right now, though. A lot of stuff going on near that border right now. Get around Jamie Hunt here. Have to lay back in that right lane. We'll have to get off here shortly. Old Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where I got rear-ended for my very first time. Fort Wayne, Indiana. So boy in a Monte Carlo ran up underneath of me there. I was getting on I-69 from 469 south. And he didn't see the traffic stop. Ran right up underneath my trailer. Like this scared the crap out of me. I probably hadn't been driving maybe 5 or 6 years when that happened. I thought I was going to jail. And I didn't. Well, nothing I could do. I was just sitting still in traffic and it stopped. That was the very first time and the only time I've been married was in Fort Wayne. It's not a good feeling to have somebody hit you. Especially when there's nothing you can do. Of course, I didn't even see him coming when he hit me. getting a check from his insurance company. I mean, I was just a truck driver. I didn't own the truck, trailer, nothing. They ended up sending me a check for, I think it was like $500. It's either 500 or 1500. I don't remember what it was. But I mean, there was absolutely nothing wrong with me. They tore up the company's trailer. But yeah, I ended up getting a check from Farmers Insurance Company from that guy rear ended me. I thought that was really crazy.
At Zandatex13 said, that sounds bad, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's aggravating. It really was. And it, I mean, it totaled that car, so that guy had to leave in an ambulance. I think he broke a few bones, I don't remember. He was trapped in the car, I do know that. I didn't spend much time back there. Yeah, I made sure he was alright for the most part. Wasn't
At
much I could do.
Zandatex13 said, I'm the only one left on.
Really? That's crazy. Yeah, people come and go on this on these live streams. You'll get a handful on here for a while.
At John Hancock-R2F
See, he's
said,
back on.
this damn company Dollar General did not put out any donuts or Kool-Aid this morning. I'm so mad right now. At Zandatex13 said, oh, 3 more.
You want them damn donuts this morning. I'll tell you what, it's hard to get good companies to give their drivers anything anymore. Oh gosh, that's funny. Well, if it makes you feel any better, the company I work for, they don't provide us with any breakfast ever. One time, I was working a Saturday, and the boss brought in breakfast. But Monday through Friday, I don't ever recall getting breakfast brought to us. To my knowledge, I can't remember at least. And I love breakfast. I mean, breakfast has always been my go-to.
At John Hancock-R2F said, this damn company Dollar General did not put out any donuts or Kool-Aid this morning. I'm so mad right now, bro.
I'm sorry, man. Which Dollar General are you at? I know there's a handful of distribution centers. We've got one. The closest one here is Walton, Kentucky. I'm gonna die if that's where you're at.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. How we doing this morning? Where are we checking in from? Yeah, temperatures dropped quite a bit. About 3 degrees.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, what are you doing today? At John Hancock-R2F said, I'm so mad, bro. They know I wanted them. Been fighting with my husband all damn night.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible. We are headed to Edinburgh, Indiana. We'll get offloaded there, reloaded, and head back to Maysville, Kentucky there. That's what our plan is for today. Of course.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, What breakfast did you have today?
I only ate 3 pieces of sausage and an egg this morning. That's what breakfast I've had. I started to grab a banana, but yeah, I'll be alright.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, nice.
Oh yeah. I love my
At
sausage.
Ellaflowers-Y40 said, for breakfast, I had some waffles.
Waffles. It's what the wife eats from time to time. She eats those protein waffles. She'll have some strawberries and bananas, a couple protein waffles, sugar-free syrup. She's starting her big
At Ellaflowers-Y40
calorie
said, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. I ate one of those protein waffles. It just didn't seem, I don't know, it's almost like eating cardboard. Seems like that's when protein, everything you eat protein is like chewing on cardboard. That's my opinion. What Dollar General are you at? Oh, that's hilarious.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, for lunch I had yesterday I have American hamburgers, classic, and I have waffles potato fries from Mad Board.
That don't sound bad. We got a company there out of Paris, Kentucky. They make they do a lot of pork stuff. So I get a box of pork chops from that company.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said,
That's
where
what
are
we
you going, sir?
We are headed to Edinburgh, Indiana. That's what I had. Pork chops, fried potatoes, and macaroni last night for supper. That was really good. And that's what we got today. We got pork chops and a salad for lunch today. The pork chops are really good. I really like that Laurie's seasoning on my pork chops. That's good stuff.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, nice. At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, good.
Oh yeah. I really like my pork chops. Pork chops, bacon, sausage. You can't go wrong. I like my meat, that's for sure. Windy up here in Indiana today. We still got some snow flurries. 22 degrees. It's like 25 when I left, so it's definitely, temperature's definitely dropping. I think we got more snow down in Kentucky than they did here. From the looks of it.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, "What are you doing today?"
Hopefully we have a short day. We just got the short little run up to Edinburgh, Indiana and back. Get back, get unloaded. Hopefully call it a day. That's what I'm hoping. Stay like this the rest of the way and back. Be in good shape. I'm more of a, I enjoy my 2-lane roads anymore.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, "How weather is today?"
Got 22 degrees here right now. Hopefully, I think the high is like 35. Not very warm. I think we got a chance of snow flurries all day though. But I'm pretty sure Kentucky had way more snow than this.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, "How people are doing today?"
I don't know, everybody's being a little quiet today, seems like. I don't know why, but everybody seemed
At Ellaflowers-Y40
sounded a little
said,
quiet.
"Okay."
Don't know why.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, "Nice."
Maybe everybody's still sleeping. Maybe that's the problem. Everybody's probably trying to get ready for work. Get to work on time.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, "Yesterday they on Sunday cause I wanna say I pray for you."
I appreciate the prayers. I don't always take prayers. Yeah, I don't work, I try not to work Saturdays and Sundays. We worked about 65 hours Monday through Friday last week. That's more than enough. I don't want no more. I'm good at 55 hours, but they just keep giving me more. Even though
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, when people comes on the YouTube chat, just let them know and tell them I said thank you for praying people.
will do. Yeah, prayer never hurt nobody. Might do you some good. Not everybody thinks that way, but that's why we live in America. Unfortunately.
At Ellaflowers-Y40 said, okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with somebody praying for you, that's for sure. You ever watch Eli Yoder? He's right here on YouTube too. I like watching his stuff. He's pretty funny. He does a little different than I do though, you know. I focus more on these live streams. He does a lot of YouTube shorts. I think he does live stream his church service on Sundays though. I think he does do that. About to come up in this town here in Indiana. I don't know why, but this town, it is really hard to get cell phone service to this town. So if you're with me, refresh your screen when we get through it, and it'll come right back on. But right there in front of you is a cell phone tower. So you would think this town would have great service, but it does not. But here for about a minute, the service will go in and out real quick. I don't understand it. I have no idea. It might have something to do with being that close to the cell phone tower. I don't know. Sometimes it'll hold on, sometimes it won't. I don't know those answers. But right up here, right on the other side of town, it just goes weak right here. I don't know. I don't understand it.
At John Hancock-R2F said, "So you're saying I've been driving this damn truck for years naked and it's not normal?"
Yeah, you can do that. All you want, buddy. Cold from time to time. But hey, time to time. But hey, you do what you want. Do what you want. Did you ever get your donuts at the Dollar General? I don't know if I want to drive this truck naked. That doesn't sound interesting. I don't know. Oh, God. People are funny. Yeah, I don't know how much longer this snow's going to be coming down like this. I have no idea. It's not really making a big mess on the road, so whatever. Yeah, but I think Kentucky definitely got more snow than this. I don't know why, but it's all the snow we got came through here as well. No truck state route. Or no truck route. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. And I don't know when, but it's just within the past couple of years. The sign was. So I've been traveling it ever since. I've never seen a sign since that day. Built up a nice house back. last summer. Burned that house to the ground. They're rebuilding it back. Looks like a pretty nice place is going to come about that. So that's piled up on that house. Right on the roof. That can't be good. Be much firewood for $5. This sign back here said firewood $5 on the left. Yeah, it's just a little bitty bundle. Can't catch a break. All these red lights. Dying to get around this white Explorer. Get it, buddy, get it. I know you're gonna do it. So impatient. It's unreal. I don't think I've ever been that excited to get to work like these people do. Their employers should be really happy with them. That they're excited that much to get to work, to hurry to work. It's amazing. We're almost at Edinburgh. I want to say less than 5 minutes from here. maybe 10 minutes.